So I got this Bandai Electronics FL Packri Monster thing, a handheld Pac-Man style video game, and I purchased it off eBay for it was only $15, but it's pretty rough, in pretty rough shape, pretty beat up. But it was listed as broken, 4 parts, and the description went on to say that it didn't power on. So I haven't tried it yet. I did look inside the battery compartment here, and there is a corroded battery terminal, so it's possible that that's the only problem. There's also a 6-volt DC power input, which I don't have the official DC power supply, assuming it came with one, but I do have one that I think will work to test with if the batteries don't work. So yeah, let's throw some batteries in and see what happens. Let's see. Nothing. It's not a light, by the way. That's just like slides up in place. Yeah, it's not doing anything. All right. Let me take the batteries back out, and I'll grab this universal power supply or universal AC or DC adapter with some different tips. Anyways, we'll see if this works. If it does, then it's just the batteries. If not, then we'll take it apart. I'm gonna take it apart anyways because I want to see if we can get it cleaned up and looking better. So there we go. See what happens. Hey, hey, hey! Okay, so it's just the battery terminal. The one terminal is dirty. Maybe they're all of it, but I don't know. Look at that. Okay. I'm sure. Oh, it's not. It doesn't really come across on the camera. I mean, you can see it flashing. I promise that it's actually working down here. Let's see. And the joystick seems to be working all right. Right. Oh, hey, look at the little joystick piece. It's like an actual, there's like a ball joint thing in there. That's kind of cool. Oh, part. That's fine. It just goes like that. Okay. Yeah, no, it's fine. Let's put this back here so I don't lose it. It goes, obviously that's upside down, but we'll kind of set that off to the side. I think the screen will come out. I wonder if I can wash that off really good. Yeah. Yeah, nice. I could take this and I could wash this off really good. And here's this game. You can see all the little characters. I'm sure that this type of screen's got a name that I'm not sure of. Here's the battery. And see how they look, or the battery minus and positive there. They look fine. I wonder if I could pop them out. Yeah, they're just like little tabs here. I bet I could just bend those, take all of these out, and just give them a good cleaning. You know, like I don't know if it would make sense to soak them in vinegar or what, but oh, that's a speaker. That's a little piezo speaker. Ooh, I just noticed. It's like a burn mark. And like is that a bulb? I don't really know. It doesn't. It looks. I mean, it worked. It clearly worked. So maybe that's supposed to be like a power LED of some sort. No, it doesn't shine through. I don't know. Either way, it works. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. And it looks a little dirty in here, but otherwise, it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pop these out so I can take them and clean them. Okay, so it looks like if I want to take these two out, obviously, so these are soldered to these two pins, but positive and negative. So I'm going to have to heat up my soldering iron and desolder those. I do think I want to take these out and just clean them all. Try to get as much of the, I don't know if it's really corroded so much, but if I could just even take some sandpaper to them, and I'd rather do it outside of this, and it's a little more work, but I think it's the right way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. While the soldering iron is heating up, I think I'm going to take these boards out and see what I can do about getting this set up. So I just want to get all of the electronics out so I can wash these pieces over in the sink. Okay, there we go. All right. That away. Off for a second. Let's get this speaker out of the way here. Oh, just tore the tape. Oh well. Damage anything. Alright, so I can take all of this out now, I think. Hey. Alrighty. And that, push this through. Come on. Oh, I bet the solder on there is just making it not want to slide through the hole nicely. All right, I might need to bust out some solder braid and take off some of that solder. Okay, well, I got a bunch of it off. Let's see if we can push that through. There we go. That's better. Absolutely better. Okay. And then this one. End it. And... no. Oh. Okay. Didn't get all the solder off, so let's get a little bit more off. Should be able to, I think I got enough of that off to push it through now. Okay, well, yeah, I definitely burnt up the plastic a little bit. Not too bad. That's all right. Okay, well, I'm gonna take these plastic pieces over to the sink and wash them up as best I can, and I'm gonna take the battery contacts over and probably I might soak them in vinegar for a few minutes, but really I just wanted to get some sandpaper on them and try to polish them up a little bit. So I will be right back. Okay, I've given all this stuff a pretty good clean, I think. I've cleaned everything off with soap and water in the sink. Well, not the electronics. I just wiped these contacts for the power off. And then I also soaked these battery terminals in some vinegar. I don't know if it really did anything, but there was some oxidation and a bit of corrosion that came off. And then I took some fine grit sandpaper to them, and I mean, they're shiny. They're all a little bit better, at least. So I'm gonna go and start putting this back together. First thing I'm gonna do is put the battery terminals back in, and then I gotta solder these wires to them and whatnot. Hopefully not melt any more plastic. And hopefully this will work with just the batteries, and it'll look a little bit better than it did before. I need to find some tape for this piezo speaker. I guess it probably doesn't need tape. Nah, I should put tape in. It had tape in there before. We'll put some tape in there just to hold it in place. I'm gonna get some tape. So all I have is some just regular Scotch tape. I think it'll be fine though. Just to hold it in place a bit, right? It's thicker than the original stuff, but I mean, tape is tape, I think. I think the idea is to keep it from rattling around and hold it in place. All right, so I guess, you know, I'm going to assemble the whole thing all the way, and then we'll just test it at the end. I'm pretty confident this is going to work. As a final touch before we actually fire this thing up, I'm going to see if I can do something about these white lines that are faded. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I have a silver Sharpie. I'm going to see if I can just draw these on this. I'm sure this would be better with some like acrylic paint or something, but I'm wondering if I just take the Sharpie over the lines. Right there is just a little bit better. Now for the moment of truth. Let's see if it fires up. Oh, look at that. Ooh. That doesn't look good on the camera, does it? It sure doesn't blink that much in person. See if I can turn off the lights a bit. That's a little better, yeah. Start game. That's a little, my little guy. That's like the ghosts from Pac-Man. You want to make sure not to get eaten by those. And yeah, so this thing works all right. So it definitely looks like it was just those corroded battery terminals, which, you know, it's funny that things like that, something as simple as that, can make this, you know, be deemed just trash, right? Like this was probably gonna get thrown away if I didn't want to take a chance on it. Shush. Anyways, it was a simple fix. I had a lot of fun. It was cool to look inside of something this old tech like this. So it was a lot of fun for me. Anyways, like I said, I had fun working on this. It's cool to see it working again, and it's definitely going to go on my shelf, even though it's scuffed up and beat up. It is a part of gaming history, so to speak. So if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate a comment or something. Let me know. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.